here. So he's claiming that he actually can outtrain a poor diet. Good for you. To burn away eating extremely negligently with zero restrictions, he's going to be doing hours, and I literally mean hours of exercise. Eventually, your ability to exercise versus your ability to eat doesn't match up in your favor. If you're eating very high calorie, high sugar, high oil, ultra processed food like he is, you're not going to feel that motivated to work out, even if you are an athlete, because over time your body is going to be dealing with having to digest all that unhealthy food, and it's going to slow you down, and eventually you're going to be holding on to it and getting fatter than you've ever been before. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶, and I'm both a personal trainer and food educator whose whole goal is to teach you a common sense approach to nutrition and fitness so you can actually achieve a healthy lifestyle without being stressed or getting overwhelmed with the BS that's always out there. Today, we got a good one coming up. We're gonna be talking about bad diets. I'm going to be diving deep into bad diet advice, some of the negative effects of a bad diet. I got some good clips off of TikTok, so before we get into it, let's just get the business out the way. Hit that like button if you like what you see, and if you want to see more of it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing. Just tap that button down there. And lastly, I put out a free weekly newsletter where I pack it full of simple to understand advice and suggestions. So if you want to get in on that, go down in the description, hit the link, you can get in on that. All right, didn't want to waste too much of your time. Let's get into our first video, which is some of the worst advice you can follow when it comes to a bad diet and what to do about it. Let's see what his video has to say. I took the sound off because he plays some copywritten music, but he puts his opinion on here. So he's claiming that he actually can outtrain a poor diet. Good for you. And he even doubles down by claiming he hasn't worked out in 3 months and he still looks amazing. I want to just pause it right there and say good for this young athletic man. He of course can get away with it because you look at him, he's easily in his early to mid 20s. He's carrying a good amount of muscle and not much fat, so his body is capable of burning through higher energy than the average older adult that is not carrying much muscle like he is and a higher degree of fat. So great. He can outtrain his poor diet, and even though he has not been training, he can eat in this manner. Good for him. That's not the case for a lot of people. So he's going to be showcasing his transformation with weekly videos and prove to the world that if you train hard, you can really eat whatever you want and still see massive results. Again, he can because he's likely in his early 20s. He doesn't have to work or have a family. And at some point, he's going to realize that in order to burn away eating extremely negligently with zero restrictions, he's going to be doing hours, and I literally mean hours of exercise. If you want to eat whatever you want and you have poor control over your impulses and you tend to eat high calorie foods like those donuts, you will not succeed at what he is claiming. He will not succeed at what he is claiming because eventually your ability to exercise versus your ability to eat doesn't match up in your favor. And realistically, who wants to spend hours a day working out just because they ate way too much food? Last point I'll make is if you're eating very high calorie, high sugar, high oil, ultra processed food like he is, you're not going to feel that motivated to work out, even if you are an athlete, because over time your body is going to be dealing with having to digest all that unhealthy food, and it's going to slow you down, and eventually you're going to be holding on to it and getting fatter than you've ever been before. Do not follow his advice. In fact, watch this second video because we have a young lady talking about how she was walking over 30,000 steps a day, yet still gained weight on her trip in Europe. Hit the like button. Let's go to the next video.
You're not eating right. It does not matter how active you are. You're not going to lose weight. I just got back from traveling, and girl, I was getting like 30,000 steps every single day. Like, my body is physically so sore from being so active. But I was eating like absolute crap. Your girl was eating pizza and pasta almost every single day. No, not almost, literally every single day for 7 days straight. I was having my mojitos, my martinis, eating freaking pizza for lunch and dinner, pancakes for breakfast. But I was getting 30,000 steps. So you would think, oh, she's being so active, she's able to eat all of that. No. I feel so puffy. I'm not gonna step on the scale because I don't want to. I don't want to make myself sad. And usually I don't care about this kind of stuff. But it's like recently I was on such a good fitness kick and then now I'm just like, but that's okay because it's 7 a.m. and we're on our hot girl walk this morning and we're gonna get our shit together. I know I'll be back to normal in like 3 days.
You heard it from her. She was getting over 30,000 steps a day while on her holiday travels. Great for her for staying active to the point she felt sore and tired. But she has yet again proven that we all can eat more than we burn on a daily basis. And do you really want to have to rack up over 30,000 steps a day or some other equivalent amount of exercise just to hopefully break even? For context, 30,000 steps a day could be as little as, and I say that jokingly, 10 miles, could be more closer to 15 miles of walking, which is very easy to do if you're traveling around a foreign country that's based around walking. Nonetheless, the amount of exercise she had to put in and she still didn't break even goes to show that it's not worth your while to delude yourself into thinking that I'll just do some more exercise, it's all right. I don't want you to think you cannot ever eat indulgently. That just sucks. But you also cannot just allow yourself to eat whatever you want for days on end and not expect to see some kind of consequence. There has to exist some kind of balance. Otherwise, you're going to see more weight on the scale and you eventually will run out of hours in the day to exercise and energy to exercise. And at the end of the day, your stomach will win. Let's go on to our next video that's going to showcase some of the negative effects of a poor diet that have nothing to do with the scale. You're going to want to stick around and watch this, so hit that like button. Let's go to our next video.
For the first time, they were able to actually quantify how a poor diet affects your sleep. And they did a study and they had people eat 2 different types of diets for a duration of time. The one diet was what's, considered and widely accepted as healthier, whole foods, vegetables, well-rounded meals. The other diet was high in sugar, high in fat, ultra processed. And when people ate the bad diet or the unhealthy diet, they got much less slow wave sleep or that deep restorative sleep compared to the healthy group. And they were the same people. So when they overlaid their sleep, they had the same number of calories, same hours slept, just the actual type of sleep they got was changed by eating the poor quality of food. So it just goes to show that health, performance, longevity is a continuum, and all these things are linked together. You can't just isolate one and focus on that.
Did you get all that? Not only does a bad diet contribute to weight gain and overall poor health, but it's tied into the quality of sleep that you get. And if you haven't heard, sleep is really damn important. Poor sleep leads to poor thinking ability the next day, and you could have poor job performance, poor decision making, and most importantly, poor self-control around your impulses. And if food is one of your impulses, that is what's contributing to your excess weight gain. You sleep like crap, so to feel better, you eat more crap food, which contributes to crap sleep, and then the cycle continues on and on and on. But instead, if you eat better quality food, you will get better sleep even without changing your schedule. And if you're sleeping better, you'll be thinking better. You'll be deciding better. You'll be eating better. You'll be moving better. So you sleep better and everything in your life gets better. So why wouldn't you want to clean up your eating and make a better life for yourself? If the reason is you don't know what to look for when it comes to a healthier diet, I got you covered with our final video. Hit the like button and let's go and look at what makes up a better, more balanced diet.
People who have a fat-based diet, nuts and seeds, green leafy vegetables, healthy fish, healthy oils, have 42% less risk of getting Alzheimer's disease. People have a simple carbohydrate-based diet. So bread, pasta, potatoes, rice, fruit juice, and sugar, the standard American diet, have a 400% increased risk of getting Alzheimer's disease.
Those are some alarming statistics in both a good and a bad way. Let's get the bad one out the way first. So many of us that subscribe to the standard American diet of high sugar, ultra processed food like from a drive-through or a restaurant, very little vegetables, low protein, that kind of a diet is setting many of us up for horrible health over the long term. But on the other end, if we change our diet to include more healthy fats, quality lean protein like fish, chicken, lean beef, eggs, those kinds of things, and we can still have carbohydrates, just they should not be the basis for a large portion of our diet. We need to incorporate more fruits and vegetables to our daily eating. That will help bring down the processed sugars that so many of us eat on a daily basis. While yes, we should have grains like rice and breads in limited quantities, we need more whole grains in our diet. So think beans, whole grain oats. Those kinds of things will help give your body more nutrients when it comes to carbohydrates. And protein needs to be a big factor of every one of your meals. Look at your palm, use it for a reference, and make sure you have at least a palm-sized serving of a protein with all of your meals. That's things like chicken, eggs, fish, lean beef. Those animal products will do your body so good and keep your hunger from getting out of control. A balanced diet looks exactly like that, balanced. There's some good things in there like the things I mentioned, and you're allowed to have moderate amounts of things that aren't the most nutritious, but damn are they delicious. You have to have both the very healthy foods and some indulgences. That's what will keep you balanced with your nutrition, and that's what will keep your health on the more favorable side. I'm sure you have some questions. If you made it to the end of the video, put them down in the comments and I'll help you out. And also consider hitting the link in the description to get on my weekly email newsletter. Each Sunday, you'll get some great health information delivered straight to you that will help you organize your life to be much healthier and will bring down the stress that comes with achieving it. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. In just a second, you're going to see a preview for another video on my channel showcasing some of the different ways people eat in a day with what they think is healthy, but turns out things could go better for them with some small changes. I'll see you on the next video. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.